First steps, very important, that shows the Senegalese experience in which I'm involved. This process should not start if the head of delegation is not fully behind it. And involving the whole delegations is not only the political section, also the operational sections. It's the moment to work together. And as we are in the Agenda for Change period, please also involve the member states, because at the end of the day, the European Union has to carry this. Political analysis is not an academic study. It's not for fun we do it. It's to better understand where the reform processes come from, where the dynamics come from, who are the actors blocking it, etc., etc. Everything that comes out of this political economy analysis is dynamite. So you have to be sure that you can use it properly and politically in the dialogue with the partner country, etc., etc. So if you don't have this from the start, it's not a useful exercise. That's really very important, the buy-in. And second important starting condition, please define clearly what is the purpose. Is it only to illuminate donor agency programming processes? Is that the reason? Fine. Then you will have this type of political economy analysis. Do you have bigger ambitions that you want to use this also as a tool to engage in reform processes, to engage with the government, to engage with the non-state actors? That's a different kettle of fish. And then you will need to define more clearly that objective, and in function of that objective you can then define the scope of this political economy analysis. These are two very important points. If you go too quickly through this, you have problems later. Political economy analysis, the word says it, it's combining political analysis and economic analysis, how economy fuels power and how power is dependent on the economy. So in fact you need a multidisciplinary team. If you only have people who are doing politics, political scientists, you miss something. If you have only economists, you certainly also miss something. So one, you certainly need a multidisciplinary team. Second, you need a mix of international expertise and local expertise. That's at least the emerging good practice. It depends on the country context. If you have a very closed system of society with little space for this kind of debates, it's of course very difficult to share anything. And then you are of course a bit with your donor instrument. It's also useful, but in other contexts, and Senegal might be such a context, now there has been a change of government, the government itself wants to reform, everyone is very enthusiastic about the new government. In fact, they are raising the same questions as the European delegation raises in the political economy analysis. Why have we seen so poor development in Senegal? Why is there such a bad governance? So these questions are on the agenda in Senegal. Citizens discuss them, politicians discuss them. In such a context, if you then do a political economy analysis, it can even fuel the debate. And we have seen a lot of Senegalese actors already, and I think no one is really against the exercise, and they are even excited to hear about it. I have a very important process aspect for those who want to launch it. Don't do it quickly. It's really a good practice to do it over several missions, in this case missions. So sequencing is very important. Don't do it too quickly. Last point, we should not expect that such a study of 5 months can solve all the problems, can identify all the bottlenecks, and can understand the whole system. That's not realistic. But we can have a better view on what really drives reforms or not. And then this can be used later on in a sequenced way to maybe do more targeted political economy analysis.